Hey everybody, it's Rich from BilletSPIN. Thank you so much for watching the video. Just had to interrupt real quick and let you know that this is going to be a really long video. So many things we have to cover with this cool top. There's a table of contents in the description below with time codes, so if there's anything in particular that you're looking for as far as information, check that out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so let's get right into the details of the King. First off, this is a 5-piece top, 1.23 inches in diameter. It has an 1/8 inch tungsten carbide bearing ball, and it's going up on www.billetspin.com on June 10th at noon Central as a pre-order sale. And so what that means is you can order as many of these as you like, and that's how many we're going to make. And this is just to get us started on this. Now, these are going to be $185 plus shipping, and you can expect spin times in the 4 to 8 minute range, depending on how proficient you are at spinning. So we're talked about 5 pieces. Let's get right into it. Excuse me. And let's use the tri-metal here. All these tops are utilizing stainless steel of these 4, either stainless steel, copper, or bronze. So we're not using any brass in these, so when you see the gold color metal, that is bronze, not brass. So I want to show you the 5 pieces so you can kind of better understand how this top is put together. If you look in the very center, you can see bronze. Now that is the stem. So that's the first piece, and we look over here, it's carried in right here and above the grip right here. That's all the same piece. That's the stem. That's the first piece. The second piece is this copper. If you look at the ring right here, that piece is this piece right here, kind of the bottom of the stem. Okay, that's piece number 2. Then we get to the stainless steel out here, and that's piece 3, and that is also this cross on the face right here. Okay, that's piece 3. Piece 4 is this cover, which goes in between the cross, and really what that does, well, it looks cooler than heck. We added a little design element in there to really kind of make the cross pop. But what it does is it covers up the milling lines that from the tooling that was used to mill out the cross. So it gives it a nice smooth turn look, just makes it look really, really nice. So that's piece 4, and then piece 5 is the grip. So there it is. And what I like about the tri-metal on this one is that you can see the stainless, the copper, and the bronze, which is why I structured it that way for this guy. Okay, a couple other really neat things. When this top is at rest, we call this the resting angle. See if I can get a good part of the pen here. And I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but there's a flat right here. Let me try turning it, and hopefully you can see. There's a little flat right here that is on the same angle as the resting angle, and so what that does is it makes it a lot more beefy. It's not going to get damaged as easy than like if this was just flat or was just a full radius in there. So a little bit extra beef in there, keep it looking all nice and pretty. On the top, obviously, we have the cross, and hopefully you can see there's 4 little dimples in each corner of the cross just to make it pop, and that's on both sides. And then from there, we have some radius grooves that come down, and the kind of the inspiration behind that was one of the members of our Facebook group posted up a cathedral building, and it kind of had that look, and I thought that looked really, really neat. So from there, we get down into the grip, and the grip is something different that we've never done before. And what I was thinking about was a crown. This would be like the top of the head, and then these diagonal lines here would represent, looks like the top of a crown. And then it flows, it matches down here with straight lines in between, so you've got kind of a diagonal knurl and a straight knurl all in the same grip. That's a ton of programming, a ton of work, but I think it looks really, really neat. Okay. Moving down from underneath the grip, we go down the stem. We have the hourglass figure, which is kind of mimicked in a chess piece. You have that same kind of shape there. And inside there, I wanted to kind of break up that finish a little bit. So I put this, I used the ball end mill, and I did this, they look kind of like eyes, which kind of match the diagonal knurling here. but I elongated them, and then I matched that on the cover to kind of tie those two in together, which I thought really neat. And I'll tell you, my favorite part of this whole design is where this inner ring comes down and meets up with the stem. I love the look of this right here, how that flows. From there, we get into the cross itself. And this is, I think it's called a Maltese cross. I looked it up on Google. But a Maltese cross is flat on the sides. This one's got a radius. And basically all I wanted to do was just make a really cool looking cross. Because I can't make the ratios of a chess piece, they would make horrible ratios for a top. I wanted to make this recognizable as a king chess piece, obviously. The cross on top definitely does that, but I wanted to kind of double it up. So we have this cross on the face, and it's really raised. You can see it's really three-dimensional. Gives it a really, really cool look. And but the difference between this cross and the Maltese is this one's got a radius. I just tried to make the coolest cross I possibly could. You can see in the cover we have these design elements that are kind of ornate, that really set off the cross, really kind of bring that out. So that's what that's all about. And then these three, kind of like three little grooves here, just kind of that same styling of what you see. It doesn't have it on this particular chess piece, but a lot of the bases have that styling. Again, it just kind of all ties back to that classic look, classic feel of a chess piece. And then the bottom, because of the different materials, you can see the design element here actually cuts in right where the material starts and stops. And I thought that would be a really, really cool look. So plenty of clearance. We got an 1/8 inch of clearance from the tip of the ball to the resting edge, which is pretty much what we use standard. That's what standard we had on the K2 and like a navigator and the thrust. And it's just a really perfect all-around clearance that makes it easy to spin but still keeps the center of gravity a little bit lower. So let's bring out, so this one is the tri-metal with the bronze, the stainless steel, the copper. Let's get into the next one. This is stainless steel and bronze. Now this one has more polishing on the stainless steel. If you look at the inner ring here, you can see it's got a nice polish to it. And that is just on this combo because it didn't look as nice on the other combos. So it'll kind of give you a good idea of what that one looks like. And again, that's bronze, not brass. Okay, now we've got the stainless copper, which is a very, very, very popular combo for us. And I set it up this way because I wanted the grip to be stainless steel. That'll make it a little less, or a little easier to not get patina for those that don't like patina. Set up really nice. Very, very cool. And then lastly, which I think is the most elegant looking of the four, is bronze copper. So we have a copper stem with a bronze grip. We were able to separate the colors on the bottom, the materials. Just really, really, really classical looking. So there's the full tour of the king top and all the design elements. Really hope you guys are liking it. Okay, so let's talk about the future plans for the king. Now, the big thing you have to know is that we're not going to stop at the king. We're going to make the king, the queen, the knight, the bishop, the rook, and the pawns. And some people have contacted me and expressed an interest in collecting an entire set of these. So I want to accommodate that as much as possible. And I know that this is going to be an expensive endeavor for people who want to do that. So the difference between the chess piece tops and our normal tops is that normally we discontinue the design and we don't ever make it again. That is not going to be the case here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do drops. Okay, so the design is there and we're going to initially drop these four that you see in front of you, and then we're going to make another material combination and drop it. And then we're going to make another material combination and drop it. And then we're going to make specific ones made just for sets. And what I mean by that is they're going to have different material combinations that really segregate it from the white side to the black side. So we want that to stick out. So we'll be doing that as well. We will definitely get into exotic materials and kind of go through our normal combinations, but I just want you to know that this is not a one and done type deal, because I want this to be more of a stock item in the website, so that people who are trying to collect an entire set aren't rushed and they don't feel like they have to purchase all right at once. And so here's the other thing I'm going to tell you about those who want to collect in a set. If you're one of those people and you have a specific material combination that you would like to use for the white side or the black side, I urge you to contact me directly, and I will work with you if there's a specific material combination that you would like. I've been contacted by a few people who would like these to be just chess pieces, not tops. And so here is the deal. We are going to make some of these that don't have the ball, that just sit flat, that can be used just as chess pieces. So those will be available, and those will be a little less expensive than the ones that are made into tops. And one of the really nice things for me as a maker is that I can take any of these that have wobble. Normally we always have some scrap involved when it comes to making tops, because everything has to be so perfect. But now, because this is an option, we can take any of them that have some wobble, and I can just face off the bottom side and turn them into actual chess pieces. So hopefully we don't have too many of those, but again, if this is something that you'd be interested in, reach out to me and we'll try to accommodate you as best as possible. One of the cool things I have planned for this series of tops is I want these to be able to be used as tops, obviously, as well as chess pieces. So in the future, and I don't know exactly when, I will be making Delrin bases. For those of you not familiar with Delrin, it's a plastic. It's just a plastic, and I'm going to use plastic because it's very inexpensive, and it shouldn't damage the sides of the base at all of the top, or the body of the top. So those will be available, and what they'll do is they'll just clip right onto the bottom of the top, and they'll be flat, and then we'll put felt or leather pads on the bottom so that you can just clip them on and actually use these as chess pieces. Those will be pretty inexpensive. I'm going to guess they're going to be $15 to $20 at the absolute most. Cheapest would be $10. So just so you know, those will be coming, and I'm thinking those will be happening this year. And there will be different size bases, because obviously the pawn is going to be smaller, and we'll make bases to accommodate all the different size bases that we're going to have. Now, when it comes to shipping, we'll talk about the pre-order sale for these first. Now, it really depends on how many you guys order, but I'm going to guess that we'll be able to fulfill that pre-order within 4 weeks at the latest. All of the king tops are going to ship in the BilletSPIN tins. Okay, so let's talk about material combinations. We've got some big plans. I just placed an order for tons of different types of exotic materials, but those materials are hard to make, and it takes a long time for us to receive them. So you can expect the next couple drops to just be of the standard materials. So this is going to take quite a bit of time. I'm going to guess this is just the making of all the different material combinations for the king top is going to take 4 or 5 months. So I really appreciate your patience there, but we're going to make some really, really cool stuff. But for those of you that love exotic materials, just know that those combinations are coming. Now, once we're done making all those combinations, we're going to move right into the next top. It might be the pawn, I'm not sure. But to make the entire set with all the different pieces and all the combinations of each piece is probably going to take us to around the end of next year. So this is going to be a long process, but it'll be nice to kind of spread that out. So for those of you that want to collect the entire set, you'll have plenty of time to do that. All right, let's talk about a chessboard. I've had so many people inquire about this. So I'll just be straight with you guys. I will be making a chessboard. I'm going to make it with stainless and Timascus, and it's going to be the coolest board I can possibly make. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to have that on display right here in the shop, because I think having a complete set of these is just going to be sick. So we are going to do that, but that board, because it would cost thousands upon thousands of dollars, I won't be selling those. I'm just going to make one just for here so when visitors come they can see it. Now, as far as us making a board available, I am in the works of trying to make that happen, but I make no promises that I can. And if I do, it would be a wood board that would accommodate the top. So just know I'm trying, but I have no definite plans as of right now. All right, this is where I need your help. I really want to come up with material combinations that would be perfect for people who want to collect the entire set. So, two things. You guys tell me what you think would be the perfect material combination for the white side and for the black side. And I'm thinking maybe antique copper for the black side. I'm thinking stainless for the white side. I've also thought about making all stainless with just the inner ring being copper for the white side, and then making the entire top copper with just the inner ring being stainless for the black side. I think that would be really sick. But I would love to hear from you guys. Tell me your suggestions on what you think would be really cool for the white side and black side combinations. Now, here's the next thing I'm going to tell you. Anybody who's wanting to collect an entire set of both the white side and the black side, contact me. If you're interested in doing that and you would like a specific material combination made, I will work with you on that. So I just wanted to make that available. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, hit me up in the comments. I'll get back to you right away. Subscribe to the channel. There's so much more good stuff coming. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.